Hey everyone, so you're looking to change the rear turn signals on your JX35 or QX60? Hopefully this is the video for you. Let's get right over to it and let's see how we get this done, shall we? So what do you need to get this job done? Well, not much to be honest with you, but some of this stuff is optional, some of them you will need. What you will need for sure is something with a 10mm tool on it, so whether you're using a ratchet with a socket or whether you're using a drill with a 10mm bit, whatever you're using here, you'll need something with a 10mm. So these, you won't need both, you'll just need one or the other. The bulb you'll need is a 7440NA. That's the bulb you'll want to use to replace it. And depending on how comfortable you are and everything like that, you can either use your hands to take everything out, but if you're not too comfortable with that, you'll need a trim tool or something like a flathead screwdriver with a cloth that you can wrap around it like so. Sorry. Now, additionally, if you're going to be doing the LED upgrade as I'll be doing here, then you'll need your LED bulb. You'll need a resistor, along with maybe something to clamp it in, although that's not optional. These make it so much easier, but if not, you can always use electrical tape, and a pliers or anything like that to clamp down on these clamps or anything like that to crimp in if you need to as well. Now, changing this is actually very hard to do at all. That's a nice change. Some of these cars seem to really hard and a pain to do. This one shouldn't be too bad. First, you gotta start by taking off this panel here, which is this kind of plastic cover. Believe it or not, this you could probably do by hand. I'm actually going to do it by hand right now. It's just one clip up here that holds it in. But do keep in mind that if you're not, you can always use a trim tool or a flathead screwdriver with a cloth wrapped around it, microfiber or something to protect the trim and the body and everything like that. It can work just the same. But if you just grab, I put one hand up here and one down here. It's got a little bit of a lip, and I kind of lift up. You already hear it kind of pop and lift out. It comes on. Just to kind of show you here, it's got two kind of notches. Those notch right over here. One here, one here. And there's a clip at the top. Clips here. That's all that there is that holds that in place. Next up, if we zoom in a bit right here, you'll see that there's two 10mm bolts I got to come out right here. One here and one here. So we're just going to loosen those out right now. Use a socket and a ratchet. Or in this case here, I'm just going to put an adapter right onto my drill. Take that right off. That's one. And that's two. Next, we actually get the housing out. Now, there's a couple clips here that hold it in place. There's one somewhere in this vicinity and one somewhere down here. You should be able to get it out by hand for most people if you're very careful, but around here is actually very tight. Here you've got some play because you just took the screws out. So if you're not too sure, you can again get a trim tool or get a flathead screwdriver with a cloth wrapped around it, a nice soft cloth to absorb and not ruin the finish of your car. We're going to go here by hand. And there you go. So for a better look at what you're looking at here, you can see there's one pin that came out of here. And we move along to the other pin that came out of there. As we're here, let's look at the turn signal. That's what we're working on here today. So this is the bulb. So you just gotta grab your hand firmly and twist. It opens right up and you get access to your bulb. Removing the old bulb, I'm just gonna go in here now. Just grab it firm but carefully. You don't want to break it or anything. And just pull right out. The bulb will just come right out like that. And then you put your new bulb in. In this case here, I'll be upgrading to some LED styles. So that plugs right in there, like that. Now putting it back together, same thing, you just bring the housing down and put your bulb in. And then you see it's in, and you push it, and you turn. Next up, you're just going to put the housing back together. So you line up, again, you have those two pins, you line them up to the holes there. 1, 2, and then you push. You should hear a click, and it's all in firm and set. Next up, we've just got to put the two 10mm bolts in. Well, I'm gonna pre-thread them. Now, I'm gonna use a drill, but sometimes it's better to do this by hand just so you don't accidentally cross-tread or anything like that. Use a drill, sometimes you could ruin it, but if you feel comfortable enough to use a drill, by all means, go right ahead. It's gotta be marginally tight. Once that's done, you just got to take your plastic piece coming from the top down. So again, you got to make sure these two clips clip on here and here. You're going to kind of bring it nice and tight and close. You'll feel it kind of latch on, and then you just push down and it snaps in, and that's it. So that's it. That's all there is to it. The one extra step, of course, if you're putting the LEDs, you just have to put the resistor in. But, you know, if you're just changing the bulb, that's a pretty straightforward, easy job to do, right? You just need a couple tools, and away you go. So, hopefully this video has helped you out. Other than that, I want to thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you dislike, don't forget to let me know why as well, just so I can make the content a little bit better. See you next video.